2, 3.
This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel, and
this is Ron Brown from Ron's RC and Drone channel. We're here live at SpinUp in Austin, Texas. This is kind of the wrap-up show here. We're going to let everybody know what happened today, go over the swag bag that was given out today, and also this is our first.
It's our first video that we've ever done together. You guys have seen us online before, but this is the first time that we've met, was here at SpinUp in Austin, Texas. And by the way, I should also add that we reserved a sound studio at the SpringHill Suites to make this video.
Only special people get access to the sound studio here, so I hope you guys all appreciate it. So let's jump right into it, and we'll get your impressions of the events today. Well, let me get an overview. It started at 9 a.m. and went until about 4:30 p.m. We had at least 5 or 6 speakers. There was,
Scott Parazinski. I can't remember the gentleman's name that had the drone, automated drone software.
Right, but we'll insert that down below.
Okay. Yep, absolutely. And then
Dre,
that was an Instagram expert.
Social media expert.
Social media, teaches us how to use social media.
And then we went to lunch?
Then we went to lunch.
Well, when did they go out, and when did Scott Parazinski let people use the aviator
So
stick?
we did have an interesting...
that was a break between
between two of the speakers. I can't remember which. It was around 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Scott Parazinski demoed the FT Aviator joystick, and Ron and I, we got to witness Ken Herron using the FT Aviator with Scott Parazinski standing right next to him. What did you think of that, Ron?
Well, it went amazingly well.
It did.
It looked like it was détente.
They both had smiles on their faces.
The war is over with. We resolved a happy, middle ground in that relationship. Ken did it real well. Of course, it was a Phantom that was being flown, Ken's favorite drone of all time. So both of them stepped up. Both were, good, ambassadors for the drone community today. I want to commend both Scott and Ken for doing a great job of smoothing everything out, all the tension that was in the air for a while this summer. So my hat's out to both of them. And a lot of people, I'm going to say, 50 people at least got to fly the aviator stick out there.
Got to fly with it. Can I add, I wish that I had taken a turn at it, and I'll tell you why. Because Scott, one of the improvements that he said they made to it, my biggest complaint was the yaw, that it was too quick of a yaw. Evidently that's adjustable now, that you can tone some of those characteristics down, which would be a good thing for that drone.
That was good to hear, controller. That they're still working on software updates for it.
Right.
That's good to hear. And also the gentleman, he was a good speaker, so we're not known his name is our fault, not his. He flew, he had the Mavic, one of the Mavic 2s fly kind of like a Waypoint mission's understating it, like this great automated mission, and he flew it over like it's like a kind of a man-made pond behind the Frickin Center. It's a Boy Scout center. It's called the Frickin Center. It's named after somebody with the name Frickin, and they had like a man-made kind of pond / lake behind it, and then it was kind of an open space over there, and everybody was allowed to fly their drones in that contained airspace. But so anyhow, that was kind of one of the highlights of the day there. And then I think that was after this guy spoke. The guy made the drone mapping thing, and I'm not saying it right. But then Dre came on, and then we broke for lunch. Yeah. So should we talk about some of the people that we met and so forth? We go. Let's just say that we had a good lunch break. We got, what was the name of the restaurant? One of the top Tex-Mex places in
Chewy's. They call it.
And they had delicious food.
It was good.
Very good food, like fajita type things. They had chicken and steak, and it was excellent. And then we all went outside at one point for a group picture. Mel, that's 400 LGL, put his drone up and got like a picture of everybody out in the open where Scott was flying the the Aviator with the Phantom earlier. So we got this great group picture, and we had a long, like it was like almost an hour and a half. So there's a lot of time to schmooze. And what did they say on the card too? Network.
There you go. We did some drone networking.
So Marcus is going to talk about some of the people that some of us met for the first time at the event, and vice versa.
So listen, what the fans of Xeno Nation need to know is that Ron Brown is a genuine celebrity. I mean, I can't
fake celebrity.
I can't tell you how many people walked up to the table, "You're Ron Brown," and stuck their hand out. So that was good. But we also got to hang out with DeMarco Moore all day. DeMarco, stand-up dude.
He's a Xeno Nation Hall of Fame member from our show on Monday nights.
He is, and he's just as genuine as what you see him in the chat rooms, etc. As was everybody, I guess. Art Carlson was there. Art Carlson won one of the big prizes of the day, won the DJI RoboMaster. They had a bunch of giveaways.
There's a Mavic 2 giveaway too, but I didn't catch the gentleman's name that won it.
I didn't know him either.
I didn't know him. They said his name, but I didn't recall. But congrats to him for winning that. And there were a lot of other good prizes. And Steve Carpenter had a whole bunch of Amazon gift cards for $25. It must have been at least half a dozen of those that were auctioned off. And there were a lot of, like, what was the name of the company that made the hard shell cases?
Oh gosh, what was the name of that company? That's really bad. We got bad memories.
Yeah, and what was the gentleman from Hawaii that
Barry
Markowitz? Barry Markowitz. Yep. He provided a lot of the they're not Lume-Cume, but they're a Lume-Cume type light that he says is even better. There were a lot of those given away. So again, there were plenty of prizes. I mean, there was only he had over 100 people in attendance today, so I mean, a good percentage of people walked away with some very nice prizes.
A lot of people came away with some stuff. Well, we should talk about the Xeno, right?
Yes, Kelly was going to give away a Xeno, but when he spotted Marcus and I in the front row, he said Xeno
Nation, and he just handed it to us.
He just handed us a Xeno. So Marcus and I both, we already have Xenos that fly really well, so we don't know how we're going to work any of the details out yet, but in the near future, we will be studying all the rules and regulations of giveaways, and we're going to try to give this Xeno away to one of our Xeno Nation fans, regulars, or whatever.
Yep.
I mean, as fair as we possibly can. I know there's a lot of complicated rules for these giveaways on YouTube, so we're going to make sure that we have all our I's dotted and T's crossed.
The proverbial ducks in a row.
Before we do this, but yeah, we will give this away to one lucky viewer, fan. What's the proper word? Subscriber.
I'd just say Xeno Nation member.
So we'll say subscriber to the YouTube station, because actually it's only 180 of them. So if you get in on this or whatever, you're going to have a good chance of winning this.
That's
it's not going to be like 1,000,000 to 1 shot.
That's right. If you're a subscriber to the Xeno Nation YouTube channel, I'd say you got a chance to win that.
But we're gonna get into detail of this once we get back home and start studying the rules and regulations, all this. But moving on, I want to give a shout out to Rodney Bell. I met Rodney my first day here.
We did.
I'd never met Rodney before. We hit it off right away. We're like brothers or whatever. I'm gonna
whiz bang.
I met him almost he was the first person I met here, I think. Whiz bang, these people I'm going to...
I wish I could remember the names, because there were a lot of names of people that were fans of Ron and that watch my channel as well, that don't have YouTube channels, but came because they're drone fans, and it was really gratifying to meet all of you people. We really enjoyed it.
Yeah, to everybody that came up and said hello, even if I don't name your name here, it doesn't mean I forgot the experience.
We're old. Honestly, we're old.
Everybody came up and met and shook hands, and we had a little bit of a conversation. I really appreciate the reaching out. It really makes Marcus and I feel good that we're just not wasting our time on Monday nights, and we're making some kind of content that somebody gets something out of.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you all, really. And if anybody has any questions about SpinUp or anything like that, we're going to do a show. We won't do a live show tomorrow night because we're both kind of on the road, but we will maybe the following week we'll do questions, or you can just send us questions, the comment of this recorded video, and we'll try to get back to you.
The Part 107 training, what's the name of that company again?
Jason Shafford, I think I'm saying right.
Yeah.
He came on after lunch, right?
Yep.
Sean Oz was the final speaker.
Sean Oz was on, and then one of...
what's Kelly's co-host on his Friday night live, First Friday show?
Yeah.
He did a speech about living in an RV for a year, and we're missing one other speaker was in there. Right?
Oh, the guy with the delivery drone.
Oh yeah. I forget his name. Also, wasn't he Kelly's, like a relative of Kelly's?
Well, I think he's a friend of Kelly's. But what he did was he has a drone that can vertical takeoff and landing, but does horizontal flight like an aircraft. So, and he actually did a test with the Navy, dropping some material out to a Navy ship, and they've got a contract with the Navy. So fascinating stuff. Drones on a mega scale is what you would call that.
Yeah, it was interesting tech. I mean, not really affordable tech for us, but it was definitely interesting. I guess just showing the possibility of the drones, what they're doing now and what they can do in the future. So again, it was a great presentation. It was a great group of people. I would definitely come again. What do you say, Marcus?
Oh boy, I'll be here next year. Darn right. Well, wherever it's at, because one of the things that's going on is it's growing so exponentially that they'll likely. This room was just big enough for what the people that we had, so it's going to be bigger, I'm sure, even bigger next year. They may have it in a completely different venue rather than Austin, so who knows? But I'm telling you, if you're a drone fan and you want to hear what's going on with fellow enthusiasts, and it's fun just to commiserate with your fellow enthusiasts and hear what other people are doing. It's I certainly got my money's worth out of it.
I wholeheartedly agree, and it's not. And we forgot to mention Friday night we went out to a great dinner, like a pre-SpinUp dinner at Sam's Boat.
Ken Dono, yeah.
Yeah, and we met. Oh, we forgot to mention we met Ken Dono, who's been on our show, but it was the first time we met in person. But we had a great time at Sam's Boat. Food was excellent. We outdoors. They had a live band. The atmosphere was just casual, relaxed. Everybody seemed to get along and have a good time. And again, it's not over yet. This is Saturday night at approximately like 10 p.m. But tomorrow morning there's 2 flying events. They're going to I already forget the bridge. The Pennybacker Bridge, which is kind of a famous bridge in Austin for a sunlight
sunrise flight.
With like Chris Hope and some of the Sunlight crew. Sunrise
That's right. We met Chris Hope too. Yeah, forgot about
Chris
that.
Hope, the great Chris Hope. And also at 9 a.m. then they're going to go to a park which is just down the street from here, and it's going to be another kind of like you get out and fly your drone. Kelly's reserved the space for the park, so it's all it's all legal or whatever allowed. Yeah. So we're going to have more fun tomorrow, but. We don't want to make this the world's longest show, but we do want to have give you a little. We have unboxings in the drone industry. We have an unbagging. This is a swag bag that Kelly provided everybody that attended the show today.
See, and Ron, I didn't even look through mine, so I'm not even sure. Those like there's a lot of stickers.
Yeah, well, we're going to go through this fast. Here's a SpinUp sticker. So we're going to go through this real fast. I'm going to hand you the stuff.
Yeah.
Here's Mel gave us this. It's
a code to get on 3-month license to convert to a permanent key. Oh, no limit drones. So that I believe unlocks your DJI drone. Is that correct?
I think that's it. Here's some lens wipes.
Lens wipes.
So we're moving faster.
I'm going to have to put on my glasses to see.
Here was my name badge. Here's the name badge you get. But of course, Marcus said Marcus.
The very famous Ron Brown, the biggest celebrity at the show.
Here's what the tickets look like, the no winning tickets.
Yeah. Ron didn't win anything, but we took home that Xeno.
And here's Sean Oz handed out business cards. I guess that's some of his artwork on the back.
Sean Oz got a pretty interesting business card here.
And here's a little like paper airplane.
It is a little foam airplane's even got a weight. You remember when you were a kid, it was really important to put that weight on there.
And here's a Ready Set Drone sticker.
Ready Set Drone, a whole nother sticker. There's going to be SpinUp and Ready Set Drone stickers all over everything.
And what do you think these things are?
I don't know what they are. What do you guys think these are? Some kind of light, I'm willing to bet.
There's a rubber band on them, and
yeah, what does that rubber band do? Yeah,
no idea.
There's batteries in there, so I'm willing to bet it is.
Well, we ever get it figured out, we'll let you know.
Yeah.
And finally, what do you think this is?
This is some kind of light.
A mini Ready Set Drone sticker.
Wow, that is to put on your controller.
Oh, okay.
See, this one goes on the big one. Here, yeah, that's the way that goes. The big one goes on the drone. The small one goes on your controller.
Oh, nice. Okay, so that's it for the swag bag. So I think that we've kind of covered everything. We don't want to make this the world's longest show. We'll talk more about this when we get back to our live shows. Not this Monday. This Monday will be the 21st, but the Monday the 28th, we'll have a regular live show in this feed again. And, we'll try to get some people when we met at SpinUp.
That'd be great.
Yeah. I mean, DeMarco's committed, and, I've talked to some other people, so...
we had hoped to do some kind of a live show while SpinUp was going on or shortly thereafter, but it was chaotic enough that just wasn't practical. So
I mean, we even stuck around and helped Kelly put the room back together because it had to be set up the way, I guess, before they rained. So a lot of people did pitch up at the end and help Kelly get the place fixed up, and that was good to see. It really was.
It was a lot of work to put that on.
I want everybody to reach out and thank Kelly, that attended for all the stuff he did, because you could tell, he really had done a lot that, people kept asking about next year's show, and he didn't want to commit because I know this is a lot of work for him. So just if you reach out and give Kelly Shores a special thanks for putting this all together.
Kelly was kind of wearing all the hats.
Yeah. He really, it was a great event, but he really kind of shouldered too much of the responsibility.
Yeah. Great fun to meet my friend Ron Brown, though. I got to tell you that.
This is the best, and hopefully get together before next year.
There you go.
Know. So, okay, I guess I got all my thoughts out on the day so far. Do you have any final thoughts?
Yeah, that's about it. Just stay tuned for the next episode of Xeno Nation. Not this coming Monday, but the Monday after, and I'm sure we're going to have a lot of SpinUp talk on there.
I think we will. All right. Good night, everybody, and thanks for watching it. I mean, I know that this isn't the live show you usually expect, but it will return.
And you know what? I want to throw one caveat. I know we talked to a lot of people this weekend, and we should have been throwing their names out there, but it's hard to. It was a little bit overwhelming for both of us. But if we forgot to mention you, it's just because we're old.
And I've made videos and taken pictures, so I'm going to put like a little SpinUp wrap-up video together. That may not come for a week or whatever, because I'm going to be in the road in Texas most of this week. But when I get home, I'm going to edit something together from all the pictures and random videos I took of the day before and day after SpinUp. And we may get some footage tomorrow that could be added into that video. So on that note, I want to say good night to everybody, and again, as usual, thanks for joining us.
This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And thank you for taking the time to watch this video.
And it's a great day to fly.
It is.
Cut.
Good night.
I'll try to get us on live for just a few minutes. We don't need that app or whatever. We're sitting beside each other. We just go use the YouTube app. We only need an app.
So you notice this thing quit tracking